What's good, YouTube? You got your boy Boss Billa, aka Jay Reed, to those of you all who know me as such. So if you've been keeping up with the news, you know R. Kelly is up in arms, angry, upset, emotional about this new movie Lifetime has just produced about him and supposedly his life. So a bunch of people raised the question, right? Who's to blame? R. Kelly or R. Kelly's alleged victims? If you've been keeping up with R. Kelly, you know that in 2002, he was charged with possession of child pornography. Most people don't understand what the case was about. The case wasn't about statutory rape. He had not been charged with statutory rape because the state couldn't prove statutory rape without a victim. But what they could prove, or they thought they could prove, was that he possessed child pornography at some point in time. So the supposed victim got on the stand and said it wasn't her in the video. All of her family testified that indeed it was her in the video. Not all her family. I believe it was an aunt that said it was her. And if you know the aunt, that's how R. Kelly met the daughter. And the aunt was somehow in the music industry. Alright, so fast forward to 2000, I believe 6 or 8. And one of those years, R. Kelly beat the child pornography case. But then his career has also been cloaked in a bunch of drama and rumors of him sleeping with underage girls. If you are familiar with Aaliyah, that once upon a time was R. Kelly's wife. And I believe he married her when she was 15 or 16 years old. And then not too long ago, maybe a year or two ago, some people came out and said R. Kelly had been holding them hostage. But then the girls got interviewed and they said, hey, I'm not being held hostage. I want to be here. And now this Lifetime movie comes out about R. Kelly and his supposed affairs with these underage girls. And so the question is, once again, who's to blame, the victims or R. Kelly? First of all, R. Kelly may be a creep. I'm not 100% sure that any of the accusations are true. But what I will say is that he's been accused of sleeping with underage girls or having inappropriate contact with underage girls for a long time. And it's the fact that Aaliyah was underage at the time she and R. Kelly began dating. Knowing that, and knowing the fact that R. Kelly was charged with child pornography after allegedly pissing on an underage girl in the video, we've seen the video. The whole black community has seen the video. It's R. Kelly in that video. So the question is not who's to blame. It's why isn't R. Kelly being charged or being convicted of these things? And the simple answer is this. R. Kelly is paying off, or may be paying off, the mothers or fathers or family members of these victims. And so when you have an underage girl sleeping with R. Kelly and he has the money to pay the mother to keep the daughter quiet and he provides them a great life, then justice is never served. And so R. Kelly is just as much to blame, or the mothers are just as much to blame as R. Kelly if they are accepting hush money from him and he's sleeping with their underage daughters. Like I said, we don't have any proof that these accusations are true because every time they come to light, he beats the charges or he isn't charged. Or there's an investigation and the investigation goes nowhere. But this Lifetime movie sheds a lot of light on certain situations. I take Lifetime movies with a grain of salt. I don't necessarily believe everything I see in a Lifetime movie because for a long time, Lifetime has been making a lot of money off producing dramas and spreading gossip amongst the black community. You go back to the Bobby Brown movie, the Whitney Houston movie, you go to even in the Aaliyah movie. But I don't necessarily believe everything Lifetime puts out. Just because, like, even with Michel'le and how she portrayed Dr. Dre to be this great abuser, may be true. But once again, it's hard to know the particulars of everybody's situation. Especially, it's hard when it's coming from Lifetime or the Lifetime Movie Network. So, I mean, it's up to you to make your own judgment. Leave a comment. Tell me, who do you think is to blame for R. Kelly and sleeping with these underage girls? Do you blame R. Kelly, or do you blame the girls because they consented to it, or do you blame the mothers? Also, we have to be mindful that he isn't being accused of like sexual assault. Well, I guess if you sleep with an underage girl, that's statutory rape. I don't know if Illinois still calls it statutory rape. I think they call it something like abuse of a minor instead of statutory rape, so the language changed, but the charge is still the same thing. But what I'm saying is that he isn't, or from what I know of, he hasn't or isn't being charged with or been accused of forcible rape, like actually like roughing somebody up and raping them, but it's still, like I said, statutory rape. But tell me what you think. You got your boy Boss Billa, aka Jay Reed. To those of y'all who know me as such, holla at me.